Oh God. Ellie, I'm stuck.
This is Todai-ji Temple, the largest wooden building on Earth. Most people come to Nara just to feed the deer, but they don't realize they're walking past one of the greatest engineering feats in human history. Inside isn't just a statue, it's the Great Buddha, 45 feet of bronze and gold. It was built to save Japan from disaster. You look at this place and you see a tourist attraction, but 1200 years ago, this wasn't built for tourists. It was built as a desperate prayer. In the year 743, Japan was collapsing. A massive smallpox epidemic had just wiped out 1/3 of the entire population. 1 out of every 3 people gone. Crops failed. Rebellions were started. The country was coming apart. The emperor didn't know what to do, so he ordered the most ambitious spiritual project Japan had ever seen. The Daibutsu, the Great Buddha. The cost was insane. It nearly bankrupted the entire country. They used almost all of Japan's bronze reserves. More than 2.6 million people worked on this project. That was nearly half the population of Japan at the time. This wasn't faith, this was fear. But here's the part most people don't know. The building we're standing in today is not the original. The first temple was actually destroyed during a fire. The head of the Buddha fell off. What we see now is the smaller version, rebuilt hundreds of years later. This building is 30% smaller than the original, which is terrifying when you realize it is still the largest wooden building on the planet. Pictures don't do it justice. You don't understand just how small you are until you're standing next to the giant doors. The palm of the Buddha's hand is actually big enough for an entire family to stand on. But despite all of that history, today it's most famous for this: a hole in a wooden pillar. They say this hole is the exact same size as the Great Buddha's nostril. Legend says that if you can squeeze your body through it, you are granted enlightenment, or good luck in your next life. As a full-grown American adult, I did the math. The only thing I'd get from trying that is a call to the fire department. I think I'll let the kids handle the enlightenment. When you step back outside, the guardians are still waiting. We think of the Nara deer as cute little beggars, bowing for crackers. But in the Shinto religion, the deer are actually sacred messengers of the gods. Fires, wars, earthquakes, plagues. Tōdai-ji Temple has endured it all, and it's still standing today. The emperor built this place to save Japan from fear. Standing here today, I think it worked. Places like this aren't meant to be rushed, and they're definitely not meant to be seen through a phone screen. Nobody comes to Tōdai-ji Temple just to check a box. You come here to feel something. There are older temples in Japan. There are more colorful temples in Japan. And there are quieter temples in Japan. But Tōdai-ji Temple is different. This place doesn't whisper, it weighs on you. When you stand in front of the Great Buddha, your brain struggles to process the scale. You stop thinking in feet and meters, and you start thinking in generations. Every mark on this statue, every beam above your head, was touched by someone who believed their future depended on it. And that's why people go quiet here, even people who don't believe in anything. Because fear, hope, desperation, those are universal languages. This wasn't built because life was good. It was built because life was falling apart. And somehow, standing here today, you can still feel that urgency. But this place isn't just about fear. It's about what people do when fear forces them to act. Think about this. No power tools, no cranes, no computers, just human hands, wood, metal, and belief. The fact that this even exists is a miracle of coordination, discipline, and sacrifice. And whether you're religious or not, you can't deny this. Humans are capable of unbelievable things when they decide something truly matters. And then you step outside. The light changes, the air feels lighter. The deer wander past like nothing's ever happened. It's one of the strangest emotional shifts in Japan. Inside, you're confronted with death, collapse, and survival. Outside, life just keeps going on. And that contrast is exactly why you should come to Tōdai-ji Temple. Not just for the history, not just for the Instagram-worthy photos, but to remember that civilizations fall, people suffer, and yet something always remains. Todaiji isn't just about answers. It doesn't tell you what to believe or how to live. It just stands there, patient, massive, unchanging, as if to say, others have survived worse, and so will you. That's why this place matters. That's why it's still here. And that's why, if you ever find yourself in Nara, you shouldn't rush through it. You should stand still, look up, and let it remind you how small and how resilient humans really are.